me and Cherry. We're here in our PJs. Oh, hold on, I got a matching hood. Here we go. Here we go. Wait for it, wait for it. Yes. We are ready for our pajama party with our book, 8 Class Pets. Okay, are you ready, Cherry? You look ready. All right. We are on chapter 3, which is, you want to hold it, Cherry? Miss Lucy Cottontail. All right. Okay. It's not everybody that starts school in 2nd grade. The children in Miss Walters' class went to 1st grade last year. They were in a different building in kindergarten the year before that. And most of them spent a year or 2 in nursery school. Not me. I came to 2nd grade straight from the pet shop. So that shows I'm the smartest one here. Well, maybe except for Miss Walters, but I'm not sure. Miss Walters never talks about being in 1st grade, so I think she may have skipped 1st grade too. But she does talk about last year's 2nd grade class. I'm smart enough to know that means Miss Walters was kept back, but I'm polite enough not to mention it. In fact, I plan to finish 2nd grade in 1 year. I think I may well skip to the 3rd grade and go directly to 4th. Another way I know I'm the smartest one here is that Miss Walters tells the children their job is to learn, but she says that my job is to be cute and cuddly and not bite. Obviously, I have learned everything there is to learn. Sometimes the children forget to latch my cage. I help them learn this by running around the classroom. And hiding under things. I leave a trail of little poops to help them find me. Once I made it all the way across the hall to Mr. Daly's 3rd grade. Mr. Daly has a fish. The fish are in a tank, and the tank is on a cart with wheels. I don't think the fish are very smart at all. They never escape and hide under things. They just swim back and forth and back and forth. I held my long, good at hearing everything ears up against the glass to listen. But all they'd say was, "We are in a school, we are in a school, we are in a school, we are in a school." "I know," I said. "We all are." There's a squirrel who lives outside. Sometimes he comes to visit after Miss Walters and all the children have gone home. The squirrel sits on the windowsill and makes faces and says rude things like, "If you were really smart, humans couldn't catch you. I don't let them catch me." I point out to him that I don't have to stay outside when it's cold or rainy, and that I don't have to find my own food. The squirrel says squirrels are smarter than rabbits. He says the kids in the playground sometimes call one another dumb bunny. Nobody, he says, ever calls another person dumb squirrel. I think the squirrel's making this up. I've never heard anybody say dumb bunny. One time, though, I heard one of the 3rd graders call me Mr. Fuzzbutt instead of Miss Lucy Cottontail. This is one of the reasons I'd like to skip 3rd grade, but I don't tell the squirrel that. Besides, this just shows how silly that 3rd grader was. He couldn't even read the sign over my cage. I'm surprised Miss Walters ever let him out of 2nd grade. One day, after the children had spent most of the afternoon learning, something that had to do with crayons and glitter sticks, I was taking an afternoon nap when I heard the dog barking. He sounded so close it was as if he was in the building. But that couldn't be. Dogs don't go to regular school. They have their own school to go to because they aren't smart like rabbits and children. But the next thing I knew, in ran that squirrel. If dogs aren't smart enough to go to school with the rest of us, squirrels definitely aren't smart enough. They'd be kept back for like 3 years in a row and have to sit in the corner the whole time. "Help!" the squirrel said. "Go away," I replied. "But there's a dog chasing me," the squirrel said. Well, I told him, "Then you shouldn't have done whatever it was to make that dog chase you." "Well, I didn't do it on purpose," the squirrel said. I chewed an itchy spot on my foot. "If you were as smart as you think, these things wouldn't happen to you." the squirrel said. I told Green Eggs and Hamster you were too stuck up to help me. Well, I may be smart, but I sure am not stuck up. While I was still busy chewing, the dog ran by my room, never looking the doorway. The end of the long rope that was attached to his collar bumped and went thwop against the walls. Across the hall, I could hear the dog barking at the hamster. There was no squirrel there with the snake. You're hiding him. The squirrel was still standing there in front of my cage, shaking, too silly to move. Apparently, I had to tell him everything. Run! Run now, I said, while the dog is in first grade. Go out the back way you came in. The door's closed now. The squirrel's teeth were chattering from fright. Please hide me. I felt sorry for him. Go to the room next to where the hamster is. There's a rat there. The rat has sometimes come to visit my second grade classroom. He's very good with his little hands, and he can open his own cage, and he doesn't need to wait for a child to forget to latch it. This doesn't make him smarter than me. He's just clever with his hands. Sweetie, the squirrel said. Cheeky thing. I beg your pardon, I snapped at him frostily. The rat's name is Sweetie. I knew that. Ask Sweetie to let you in. The dog won't be able to get at you if you're in a cage. I couldn't resist adding, because inside a cage is safer than outside. Yeah, the squirrel said, waving his tail at me as he turned and ran. And that's the end of that chapter. The next chapter is called Sweetie, Library Rat.